Welcome to the Rich Rebel Volleyball Pregame Show, brought to you by the town of Randolph. We're broadcasting from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth, where the Rich Rebels volleyball team will take on the Lyman Eagles here at Rich High School. The first service scheduled for about 20 minutes from now. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. You're tuned into the town.
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High.
To the Rich Rebel Volleyball Pregame Show, brought to you by the town of Randolph. We're broadcasting from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth where the Rich Rebels volleyball team will take on the Lyman Eagles here at Rich High School. The first service scheduled for about 20 minutes from now. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
At Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals, and every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners, and we believe that a quality education makes a difference. Student involvement equals student success. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
When you drive on the best tires that are rotated, balanced, and inflated properly, you can save money two ways. The best tires can reduce wear and tear on your vehicle. That saves you money in the long run. The best tires can also improve your overall miles per gallon. That helps you save every time to fill up at the pump. At Freeway Tire in Evanston, we offer the best tires with the best service for every vehicle. Make sure you're running on the best tires you can. Visit Freeway Tire today, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Welcome back to the Rich Rebel Volleyball Pregame Show, brought to you by the town of Randolph. Today, the Lady Rebels take on the Lyman Eagles, and we are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth here at Rich High School. Coming up, we'll take a look at the scene for today's game, brought to you by the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Plan your vacation today. Visit bearlake.org.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer, Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
You're tuned into the Town of Randolph pregame show where the Lady Rebels volleyball team will take on the Lyman Eagles. We're broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Stars broadcast booth here at Rich High School. It is time for the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau scene set for today's game. And we're going to bring in my broadcast partner, Rob Leifson, and this is a great matchup between two very good volleyball teams. Of course, the Lyman Eagles are defending state champs in Wyoming, and I think they're primed and ready to make another run at it because they are a very, very solid team. And they just have players everywhere that can do almost everything. They're very well-rounded.
Well, the Rebels matched up with them earlier in the season, and Lyman swept them 3-0, correct?
That is correct. As I think that game taught the Rebels a little something about themselves, and that is that talking with Coach Lamborn after that game, she didn't think the team was in shape good enough, and that kind of was surprising to me because that was halfway through the season. So they did a lot of cardio and a lot of stuff to really help them in the long services, and this kind of paid off a little bit in some of the matchups we've seen recently, but we'll see it pay off more today. As that's kind of what sunk the Rebels in that game was the long rallies where we just lost the point.
Saw a lot of those long rallies last night against North Summit, and where you did play last night, is that going to have an impact on these young ladies' legs?
Well, if it's going to impact the Rebels, then it should doubly impact the Eagles as they're playing in their third straight day of contests. So I think they're all high school kids, and I think their legs are good enough to where it's not going to really make that much of a difference. Where we've seen Rich play 3 or 4 games in a day and be all right. So 1 game a day should be perfectly fine. Same with Lyman.
Yeah, last weekend they had the tournament down in Richfield, and they played, mostly all day Friday and Saturday.
This is the Town of Randolph pregame show, and the scene set for today's game brought to you by the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. Plan your next vacation at Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Visit bearlake.org today. We're about 15 minutes away from the Pam Cornea at Town and Country beginning serve. Coming up, we'll visit with the coaches in today's matchup, Coach Brescia Hansen as well as Coach Wendy Lamborn in the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. You listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Whatever brings you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including clean, comfortable rooms, a business office, workout room, and a full-service restaurant, plus a complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plain Stars broadcast booth. Today we are at Rich High School, where the Rebels will take on the Lyman Eagles. This week I had a chance to visit with head coach of the Lyman Eagles, Brescia Hansen, as well as head coach of the Rich Rebels, Wendy Lamborn. We're going to go to the interview with head coach Brescia Hansen first. I'm with head coach of the Tabiona Tigers varsity volleyball team, Coach Kaylee DeFay. Coach DeFay, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. So one thing I noticed when the RPI rankings came out this week, 3 of the top 4 teams are from our region. That's exciting to me just because I'm a big fan of our area in volleyball. But what does it mean to get to go up against some of these really good teams? I'm with head coach of the Lyman Eagles volleyball team. That's head coach Brescia Hansen. Coach Hansen, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. So go ahead and can you kind of just give us a little bit of an update on where your guys' season has gone since you played us? You guys have been on a tremendous roll.
Yeah, we have. We've had a really excellent season. Recently, last weekend, we went to what they call conference duels. And all the teams from the south get to play all the teams from the north. So we get a little preview of our regionals. And we went 3-1 last weekend. We did lose a match to Powell and won the rest of our matches in 3 games. We did have an injury last week. One of my outside hitters was injured. She should be back this week. We're hoping for the best there, and things are looking good for us as we're rounding out our season here.
So last time Rich played you guys, it's no secret that your front line, led by Haley Eldridge, really gave us fits. Can you just talk about your front line and just how good they really can be?
Yeah, my kids at the net are pretty aggressive. You know, they like to block the ball and hit the ball. Everybody wants the ball, and that's an awesome thing to see as a coach. Haley does a fantastic job. I mean, I can't coach 6'2". She just is, and that's so helpful for us. And she does a great job at middle blocker. She's growing and becoming a better player all the time. She's just a junior, and it seems like every time we get on the court, she's getting better and better.
So as we wrap up the season, what is one thing that you want to see from your team?
Well, I want to see some perseverance in my team. I mean, we have had some battles and went through, and come through them and come out on the winning side of most of those battles. And so things are only going to get harder as we go along here. And so I want to see my team really put their big kid pants on and get to work and be able to withstand some of those storms that are going to come at the end of the season. And so I'm looking for my team to show some perseverance.
What do the Lyman Eagles have to do to be successful against the Rich Rebels again today?
Yeah, I mean, Rich County always has a fantastic team, and so we've got to do all the things. I think the things that are most important for us is we have to serve you guys tough, and we've got to pass the ball. And I have kids that can do those things, but we have to show up and do them. And then the other thing is what we were talking about before, is be aggressive at the net. I think that gives us an edge. So I'm looking for some strong serving and passing from my team and being aggressive offensively.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plain Stars broadcast booth. Today we are at Rich High School, where the Rebels will take on the Lyman Eagles. This week. So today you guys take on your second defending state champs of the season. Can you talk about some of the things you look for in your team when you're going up against really good opponents? So tonight is senior night, and we are going to turn it over to our crowd mic, and we're going to let the crowd take you away as we appreciate 2 seniors for Rich, Ellie Argyle and Darlene Peterson, who have given a lot to this program. So we're going to turn it over to that right now.
Ellie Argyle, the daughter of Colton and Wes
As we're going to go right from there into the starting lineups, we want to thank Stacy Repair for being as it looks like the seniors are going to present gifts to the coaches and the managers, which is an awesome thing to do. We're going to go back to, looks like they're done with the mic on the floor. We're going to go straight to our starting lineups really quickly. They're actually going to serve a little bit more, so we'll go back to our standout student interview with Justice Allred. I'm with Justice Allred. He was our Ellingford Brothers Standout Student of the Week. Justice, how you doing today?
I'm all right. You?
I'm doing pretty good. So you finished third in a cross-country meet, and it doesn't matter how many kids are there. Anytime you can finish top 5 in a cross meet, that's super impressive. You just talk about the race last week?
Pretty excited for it and kind of nervous at the same time. I was worried about how I was going to do personally because I was having some issues. But anyways, I really like that course. It's fun. That hill's it's kind of killer. It really sucks on that second mile. Starting the second mile with a hill like that, it's just no bueno.
But what a race to come out and finish third. You picked your home meet to have a really good finish. What does that mean to you and to the program?
It's pretty cool having like my friends and family at the end. My mother and some of my close friends some of them were running too, but it was just cool to have them all there at the end. I remember getting back and being gassed and having my mother come talk to me. It was kind of cool.
What are some of your goals for the rest of the season?
Just keep improving, honestly. I'd love to get sub 19, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
Well, yeah, now with that attitude.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah. What are some of your athletic goals in any of the other sports that you play, if you play other sports?
I didn't do track last year. I'm kind of excited to do that this year. Probably just run the 2 mile or 1 mile because, distance. Any
particular finish that you want or?
I've never tried it before, so I don't even know what good times are, but I'd love to be able to run like a 5:45 mile. That'd be great.
What about some of your academic goals? You're in the middle of your senior year right now. What are some of your academic goals that you want to accomplish?
Next try, I got EMT going, and that'll be pretty cool. Be able to get that. I got my CNA stuff going on this try, and honestly, just to get good grades and graduate.
Are you looking to possibly become like an actual EMT and travel around and go on calls? Is that why you're taking the class, or any particular reason?
No, honestly, I just picked the class because it seemed interesting, and I've always kind of like medical stuff. I've never been like super into it like some of the other students in our class, but yeah, it's just been interesting to me.
When you're not?
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
We are in the middle of the national anthem. We're going to go radio silent and let the crowd mic take us home. Actually, it's going to be the Pledge of Allegiance. That'll do it for the Pledge of Allegiance. So we're going to go to our Western Ag Credit starting lineups. For the Lyman Eagles, you got senior number 4, Haley Blumel. Senior number 9, Caroline Bradshaw. You got senior number 12, Lindsay Tucker. Senior number 14, Sage Bradshaw. Junior number 15, Haley Eldridge. Junior number 13, Briley Bradshaw. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Lyman Eagles, sophomore number 11, Brinley Birch. For the Rich Rebels, the starting lineup goes as follows. You got number 4, Nia Jolly. Number 8, senior, 6-foot, Darlene Peterson. Another junior, number 9, Casey Wilson. Another senior, number 10, that's Ellie Argyle. Junior, number 25, Violet Taylor. And then rounding out the starting lineup for the Rebels, junior, number 41, Hannah Scott. As we wrap up our in-house starting lineups, Looks like the Rebels have mini volleyballs they're throwing out in the crowds. As a couple of them have really good throwing form. Not Violet Taylor, though. I don't know, Rob. I don't know how often Violet is throwing something. Hannah Scott unloads a rocket right there. Holy cow. Some of the throwing forms are pretty good. Some of them not so great. But we're here for volleyball, not throwing, so it's all right.
Well, you got your first taste of a Rich High senior night as you saw Darlene and Ellie out on the floor with their parents, and the gift exchange that takes place between the parents and the players, as well as to the coaches and the managers. That's a long-standing tradition, and it becomes very emotional for the seniors. As I've watched several of my own kids experience that, hopefully they'll be able to stay focused, because I think you got to play from the get-go against Lyman.
Emotions are a great thing in sports, Rob. You can either ride them to a win or you can let them get in the way, and it'll be very hard to play. I think this team, just the way they're built and their makeup, I think they play pretty well on emotions, and I think they're gonna come out, and it's gonna be an exciting matchup. For the Lyman Eagles, number 2, Paige Rose, will serve as the libero. The Rebels, of course, do not have a libero. Both teams are wearing white with blue numbers. Rebels differentiating their uniforms a little bit with the black on the sleeves. Violet Taylor looks like she's got the Pam Cornea at Town and Country opening serve in her hand. As the officials go over the rotations one last time, official in the stand is imploring the Rich High School student section to get up as Violet Taylor gets us underway. Dug out in the back row by the Eagles. They're going to attack with Briley Bradshaw diving out from Casey Wilson to keep it alive. Eagles on the attack again. This time it's Eldridge. She bumps it over. Peterson's there to dig it out. Here comes the Rebels on the attack. Peterson from the left wing. She finds the arms of Rose. Eagles have the ball. They're going to attack with number 11. That's Brindley Birch. Nicely dug out by the Rebels. They're going to safely play it over where the Eagles are on the attack again. They go to Eldridge. Eldridge this time is able to find the hardwood from the middle of the floor. She attacked from the middle of the floor to the left wing. That ball falls. 1-0 Eagles. As we got a pretty good rally early on, Rob.
You called it earlier on. You'll see plenty of those between these two teams.
Serving for the Eagles is number 4, Haley Blumel. She approaches on the left wing. That's over. Diving up from Argyle to keep it alive. Goes over the net. Eagles on the attack. They go to Sage Bradshaw. She attacks from the left wing. Finds the hardwood on the right wing side. And she is one of the better attackers in the state of Wyoming in Sage Bradshaw. Blumel to serve again. 2-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Argyle digs that out. Set up Peterson on the left wing. She attacks off the arms of Blumel. Or excuse me, that's Eldridge. Hannah Scott attacks in the middle of the floor. Tips it over the front line. Nicely dug out there from Sage Bradshaw. The Eagles are going to have to play it over. Rebels on the attack. Peterson on the left wing. Unloads on that ball in the back corner. 2-1. Darlene Peterson picks up the first Bear Lake Realty kill of the game for the Rebels. 2-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Hannah Scott will serve for the Rebels. Her serve over the net, dug out by Rose. Eagles go to the left wing for Sage Bradshaw. That's going to go out of bounds past the back line. We got a 2-2 ball game. Hannah Scott will serve again for the Rebels. She finds the back left corner. Back row digs it out for the Eagles, and that's going to be a attack attempt from Haley Eldridge from the right wing. That's off the arms of Casey Wilson, out of bounds into the stands on the right wing side. 3-2 Eagles retake the lead as Paige Rose steps to the service line. Lets it go from the middle of the floor. Finds Violet Taylor in the middle of the back row. Rebels go to Peterson. She tips it. Diving effort, but to no avail. Darlene Peterson has 2 Bear Lake Realty kills as she tips that one over the front line on the left wing, right behind the front row. That looked like it was Blumel that got to it with the dial, unable to get it over. 3-3 tie. Nia Jolly will serve. Dump set there from Caroline Bradshaw, and that freezes the Rebels' defense as they couldn't get to that ball. Quick dump set from one of the 3 Bradshaws on the floor as another Bradshaw, Briley Bradshaw, will serve. That's going to fall for an ace as Ellsworth and Wallentyne have a little miscommunication right there, and it falls in on the right wing side. 5-3 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Briley Bradshaw serves again. This time it's dug out by Ellsworth, goes over the net. Eagles on the attack. They set up Sage Bradshaw on the left wing. Off the arms of the front row. Good effort there from Ellsworth to keep it alive. Peterson's going to attack from the 10-foot line. Nicely dug out there by Blumel. Attack from Aldridge finds Violet Taylor in the back row. Rebels on the attack. Peterson with the left hand. That'll go out of bounds on the far sideline as Peterson attacked from the left wing. That ball goes out on the right wing side. 6-3 Eagles on the station on main scoreboard. As Bradley Bradshaw serves again. That's going to go out of bounds. Rebels pick up the point on the service error as that serve went that serve went out of bounds on the sideline on the right wing side. Darlene Peterson steps to the line for the Rebels. Her serve dug out by Sage Bradshaw. They go back to her on the left wing. Nicely dug out there by Wallenstein. Brought to you by the town of Woodruff. As Ellie Argyle's attempt to bump it over into the net, though. A hitting error against the Rebels gives the Eagles a 3-point lead as Sage Bradshaw will step to the service line. Bradshaw approaches on the right wing. Nicely dug out by Argyle. Wilson tips it over. Wonderfully dug out there from Kenzie Lynn. Rebels have the ball on the attack. It's Violet Taylor from the left wing, and she just misses the back line as she attacked from the left wing. They're actually going to call a deflection on the front line of the Eagles. Rebels will pick up that point. But that's that Eagles front line. They get to almost everything as Ellie Argyle serves. They set up Caroline Bradshaw in the middle of the floor. She finds the soft spot in the defense. She attacked from the 10-foot line in the middle of the floor. She found the 10-foot line on the opposite side. That makes the station on main scoreboard 8-5, Eagles on top. Lindsey Tucker will serve for the Eagles. Nicely dug out by Peterson. Taylor on the left wing. She attacks, finds the hardwood. Violet Taylor's been hitting the ball harder and harder each week. Right there was an example of it. She unloads a missile from the left wing side right in front of the front row player on the left wing. 8-6 on the station on main scoreboard. Eagles still lead by 2. Casey Wilson steps to the line. Sage Bradshaw gets the dig. As it's Caroline Bradshaw to punch it over. Hannah Scott on the attack from the middle of the floor. Nicely dug out by the Eagles. They go to Eldridge off the front line, out of bounds. As Hannah Scott got her hands on it. That ball hit Scott's hands and went to the back wall of the gym as that ball was unloaded on. And I think that's going to be an adjective you hear me say a lot today because both these teams hit the ball really hard as they go to Violet Taylor on the left wing off the serve. She tips it over. Diving effort there from Caroline Bradshaw to keep it alive. A tip at the net. Dug out by the Rebels. Hannah Scott will attack from the middle of the floor. Tries the left wing. No avail. Eagles on the attack. They find Ellie Argyle on the far side. Violet Taylor will attack from the left wing. She finds the hardwood right on the back line. Violet Taylor cuts the lead to 2. 9-7 on the station on main scoreboard as she picks up another Bear Lake Realty kill. That's her third of the ball game. And Rob, I think this is your line. She gets the kill and the serve, and that ball will not be returned over as a couple of Eagles with diving efforts unable to get the ball up and over the net. We have a 9-8 ball game here in the first set. Violet Taylor steps back to the stripe. Rose with a dig. They go to Eldridge. Eldridge tips it over, and that's going to be out of bounds. Good effort there from Darlene Peterson as her initial reaction was to lunge and dive for the ball. Instead, she lets it go, and we have a tie ball game at 9. Violet Taylor will serve for the Rebels. Sage Bradshaw on the dig. Dump set from Caroline Bradshaw, read wonderfully by Wilson as Hannah Scott attacks. That's going to be off the arms of Eldridge. And then that ball caught Briley Bradshaw by surprise standing next to Aldridge. She's unable to get underneath it and return it. Ball falls on the Eagles' side. 10-9 on the station on main scoreboard. Violet Taylor to the line. Lets it go. They go to Eldridge on the attack from the middle of the floor. Off the arms of Nia Jolly. And I think that ball caught Casey Wilson up high, possibly in the face as it falls in. As an attack from the middle of the floor from Eldridge, she goes to the left wing, ties us at 10. As Haley Blumel will step to the service line for the Eagles. Rebels able to return it, blocked at the front of the net. From the reactions, it looks like Briley Bradshaw got to that one. She knocks it to the floor on the Rebels side, on the left wing. Makes the score 11-10 on the station on main scoreboard for the Eagles. Ellie Argyle gets the town of Woodruff dig. They set up Peterson on the left wing. Nicely dug out by Blumel. They set up Bradshaw. That's tipped at the line by Hannah Scott. Nicely done there. Rebels set up an attack. Peterson from the left wing. Dug out by Rose. Dump set from Caroline Bradshaw, 9-on-9 crime as Casey Wilson finds that ball. They go to Peterson. She is out of bounds as that attack from the left wing went out of bounds on the right wing side. Just missed the line. 12-10, the Eagles lead on the Station on Main scoreboard as Blumel will serve again. Argyle digs it out. They go to Peterson, her left wing attack. Tipped over the net. Dug out by Rose in the back row in the middle of the floor. Bradshaw, she tries an attempt. Nicely dug out there by Wilson in the middle of the floor. She's going to play it over. Eagles on the attack again. They go to Bradshaw. She unleashes on that ball. Tipped at the front of the line, and Ellie Argyle is unable to get to it. As Hannah Scott, I think, got her fingertips to that ball, and it died in front of Argyle. 13-10, Eagles lead on the Station on Main scoreboard as they let it go. Violet Taylor with the dig. They attack with Nia Jolly in the middle of the floor. Her attack dug out by the Eagles. They go near side. Briley Bradshaw unloads on a ball from the right wing. Finds the middle of the floor on the 10-foot line. And with that, we're going to get a T7 Propane timeout. You listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll be right back after this.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cache Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the middle of a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. The Eagles lead 14-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard in the first set. As that serve from Blumel into the net, that's going to end the run. The Eagles were on a 4-0 run right there. That ends as a serve into the net. Rebels will take over. Hannah Scott will serve. She approaches the ball, hits it. Eagles on the dig. They go to Sage Bradshaw on the far side, off the arms of Nia Jolly, out of bounds on the right wing side, as Jolly couldn't quite get to that one. 15-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Paige Rose steps to the line to serve. Her serve into the net gives the Rebels the ball back. Checking into the ball game for the Rebels, number 21, Janie Walentine. She replaces Hannah Scott. Nia Jolly is going to serve for the Rebels. She approaches, lets it go. Nice diving effort there from Blumel to keep it alive. Sage Bradshaw's going to have to play it over. Rebels have a chance to attack here. They go Peterson on the left wing. She tips it over. Nicely done from Darlene Peterson, as she had to reach across her body with the right hand. Tips it over the two defenders, finds the hardwood in the middle of the floor. 15-13 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels will serve with Jolly. Jolly approaches. Sage Bradshaw with the dig. They're going to go right back to her on the left wing. She approaches that ball off the arms of Janie Walentine with so much force. The ball hits the ceiling, knocks the tile out, and it lands right in the middle of the floor. I'm not sure how they'll call that point. I think they're going to call it probably a redo, as that ball, as the ceiling tile nearly took out Janie Walentine. As Ellie Argyle is cleaning up the asbestos on the floor. We're going to get a quick sweep job from Athletic Director Cooper Cornea as he gets a round of applause from the student section. Now the big worry, Rob, is if we return the ball and it goes
through the hole.
Yeah.
I think it's worth 2 points at least, if not 3, if you can get it. If you can fit it up through there.
Ceiling tile tried to assault Janie Walentine. Wasn't real happy with Walentine's return into the ceiling.
It's not the first tile that's been lost.
No, I'm not surprised, especially with how hard they're hitting the ball. I wouldn't be shocked if it's not the last one today. As Bradshaw, when she hit that ball, she unleashed on it. And I think we're just going to, we're going to redo the point. It's only fair because I don't think getting a concussion from a ceiling tile for Janie Walentine would be worth that point. As Nia Jolly steps back to the line, we're ready to go again. See something new every day in the game of volleyball. That's a first for me as Jolly Her serve, dug out by Blumel. They go to Bradshaw as Sage Bradshaw's attack in the middle of the floor, dug out by the Rebels. Peterson will attack from the 10-foot line on the left wing side. Middle of the floor dig for the Eagles. They're on the attack. Blocked at the front of the net by Ellie Argyle. She got her hands to Sage Bradshaw's attack. Peterson will attack from the left wing, out of bounds on the right wing side. Just missed the sideline. 16-13, Eagles lead on the Station on Main scoreboard as Peterson tried to attack cross court. Ball just misses the sideline by about 1.5 feet. It'll be Briley Bradshaw to serve, dug out by Peterson. Wilson goes back to Peterson. That's going to be tipped out of bounds by the Eagles as Caroline Bradshaw tried a quick tip attempt. Got it over the arms of Peterson, but that went out of bounds on the left wing sideline. Darlene Peterson will serve for the Rebels. 16-14 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Peterson lets a serve go, dug out by Sage Bradshaw. They go right back to her. She attacks from the left wing, and that's going to be good as she finds the hardwood right in front of Janie Walentine. Walentine with a diving effort. Bradshaw attacks from the left wing to the right wing, unable to get to it. 17-14 on the Station on Main scoreboard as that serve is dug out by Argyle. They go to Violet Taylor on the left wing. She bumps it over. As that's going to be an attack there from Briley Birch, played over by the Rebels. Eagles on the attack again. Caroline Bradshaw tips it over as she two-hand set that ball over the net. She finds the back corner on the right wing. That's 18-14 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Sage Bradshaw steps to the service line. She approaches, unleashes. Ellie Argyle with the dig. Casey Wilson, good hustle just to get to the ball and play it over. Eagles on the attack. They go near side. Caroline Bradshaw with the tip. Casey Wilson with the dig. They go to Violet Taylor on the left wing. She attacks off the arms. Diving effort in the back row from Sage Bradshaw to keep that ball alive. Eagles will play it over. Rebels on the attack. Argyle's going to have to bump it over from the 10-foot line. Eagles will set up an attack now. They go to Tucker, middle of the floor, and that's going to be out of bounds on the left wing side. As Tucker tried a middle of the floor attack, missed the sideline. The ball actually landed on the Rebels logo on the far side of the court. Rebels pick up the point. Ellie Argyle will serve. Service error charged to Argyle as her serve goes into the net. As Tucker will serve for the Eagles. Tucker, a couple of dribbles, will approach the line from the left wing. That goes into the net. Dueling service errors give the Rebels the ball right back as Nia Jolly is going to check in for Ava Ellsworth. Hannah Scott checked in the prior play for Janie Walentine. Casey Wilson will serve for the Rebels. Ball gets over the net, dug out by Bradshaw. They go to Caroline Bradshaw, who hits it into the antenna. That's a good effort there, as there wasn't really much she could do, Rob, as that ball on the pass went around the antenna. She tried to get it back in.
Good attempt, but ran out of real estate.
As the Rebels serve again, this time it's Wilson over the net. Eagles set up the attack. It's Birch. Her attack goes long out of bounds as she tried a left wing attack. Tried to go cross court to the right wing side. Goes out of bounds long on the back line. Rebels trail by 1 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Wilson serves. That's an attack from Bradshaw. Nicely dug out by the Rebels. Hannah Scott's going to two-hand tip it over. Sage Bradshaw reaches behind her to keep that ball alive. They go to Birch on the left wing. That's not going to get over the net. And we are tied 19-19. We're going to get a T7 Propane timeout called by Eagles head coach Brescia Hansen. And Rob.
Wow, all I can say is this thing is about 95 miles an hour, if not 100.
Good perseverance from our girls, though, as they were down by 5 at one point in this set. They battled back to tie at 19-19. You listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Station on Main scoreboard reads 19-19 here in the first set, as this has been everything we've advertised. This has been a great matchup, and now it's just a race to 6 points.
They were tied at 9, they were tied at 10, but the Rebels will come back to tie it at 19 after being down.
Speaking of 9s, we got 2 9s on the scoreboard and a number 9 serving. Casey Wilson lets it go. Dug out by the Eagles. They set up an attack. That's going to be bumped over. Rebels on the attack. Violet Taylor on the left wing. Blocked at the front of the net. That's off of Taylor's arms. Out of bounds. Eagles retake the lead. And that's just been kind of where the Rebels have run into the wall, is trying to get the lead from the Eagles. They have not been able to do it. As Caroline Bradshaw serves into the net, we're tied at 20. Our race to 6 just turned into a race to 5. As the Rebels will send Violet Taylor to the line. She approaches and she gets the serve over, dug out by the Eagles. Eagles set up an attack. They go middle of the floor for Eldridge, and she finds the back corner on the right wing side. What an attack there from Haley Eldridge. She just two-hand plants that ball in the far right wing corner. Eagles retake the lead 21-20 as Haley Blumel will step to the service line. She approaches, ball's over the net, dug out by Argyle. Rebels set up the attack. Peterson on the left wing. Attacks that ball, finds the hardwood on the far side. Might have been tipped as well, but that ball lands inbounds. Another Bear Lake reel to kill for Darlene Peterson. That'll put Hannah Scott at the service line. Her serve over the net. Blumel, they go to Bradshaw. Bradshaw off the arms of Peterson. That's going to go out of bounds. Not really much there that Darlene Peterson could do. That ball was attacked with a lot of force, and it was almost self-defense there from Peterson just to get her arms on it. Paige Rose will serve for the Eagles. Peterson with the Town of Woodruff dig. They go back to her. She'll attack from the left wing off the front line. Another bump into the ceiling, this time on the side of the Eagles. And Sage Bradshaw finds the hardwood down the left wing side on a left wing attack. Wonderfully placed spike attempt there from Bradshaw. Puts the Eagles up 23-21 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Rose will serve. Violet Taylor with the dig. They go to Peterson on the left wing. Off the top of the net, out of bounds. Just missed that one to Darlene Peterson as that goes out of bounds on the right wing side as she tried a cross-court attack. It is set point for the Eagles as they lead 24-21. Peterson attacks again. This time she tips it over. Sage Bradshaw with the dig. They go back to her on the attack. Blocked at the front of the net by Nia Jolly. Try another attempt off the arms of Argyle this time. Rebels on the attack. Peterson's going to have to bump it over, unable to do so. And that will lead to a 25-21 set score here at the end of the first set. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll be right back after this.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. You'll feel the difference.
At Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals, and every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners, and we believe that a quality education makes a difference. Student involvement equals student success. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the middle of a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Rebels dropped that first set 25-21, and Rob, that was an incredible set. You got some stats for us?
I do, but this is like watching a concert of two great musicians, in my opinion, going back and forth at each other. The Eagles ended up with 14 kills to the Rebels 9, 1 ace for the Lyman Eagles, 0 aces for the Rebels. But the thing I liked after watching last night's game against North Summit, only 1 service error for the Rebels. They seemed to have a service bug last night, and it wasn't just one player. It was several that seemed to have a little bit of difficulty with that. 6 service errors from the Eagles, which gave the Rebels a chance, and 5 unforced errors. 6 unforced errors, 5 service errors for the Eagles.
As Caroline Bradshaw gets us underway in the LSR Refrigerated second set, Hannah Scott attacks, that goes into the net. Violet Taylor's going to get her arms to it. 4 hits called against the Rebels as the Eagles take a quick 1-0 lead here in this set. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of technical difficulties as computer crashed. As we're in the LSR refrigerated second set, the Eagles now lead 3-0 here in set 2. They lead 1-0 in set score. As it's 4-0 as Caroline Bradshaw picks up an ace. 4-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels trail. Need to put a stop to the momentum right here as Argyle gets the Town of Woodruff dig. They go to Violet Taylor on the left wing. She tries an attempt. Diving effort from Caroline Bradshaw to keep that alive. Off her arms. Out of bounds on the back line. Rebels pick up that point. They now trail 4-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Violet Taylor steps to the service line. Lets that ball go. Nicely dug out by Sage Bradshaw. They go far side. That's going to be blocked at the front of the net by Hannah Scott. Rebels keep it on the attack. Peterson just bumps it over. Little miscommunication there between Rose and Sage Bradshaw. Leads to that ball falling in as Bradshaw at the last second attempt to try to keep that alive. As Violet Taylor back to the service line and Rob, it kind of looks like the Rebels are making it a point as the announcer's curse strikes again. I was going to say the Rebels are making it a point to try to make sure they get the ball over the net if they're taking a little velocity off of it to get it over. That time the ball slips off of Violet Taylor's hands into the net. Eagles pick up the point. They will serve as the Rebels dig it out. Peterson on the left wing side tries an attack. Nicely dug out by Caroline Bradshaw. They go far side where Sage Bradshaw has to bump it over from the left wing. Rebels dig it out. They attack on the left wing with Darlene Peterson. Blocked to the front of the net by Aldridge. Hannah Scott's going to try an attempt from the middle of the floor. Dug out in the back row by the Eagles. That attempt is blocked by Darlene Peterson. Rebels have the ball. They attack from the left wing. Off the arms of Rose. Hannah Scott attacks. Tries the back left corner. Diving effort from Rose. What a play that was. Goes full extension. Keeps it alive. Peterson on the attack. Diving effort that hit the net. As an effort from Violet Taylor to keep it alive after Peterson's attack went into the net. What a play there that was from Paige Rose as she extended fully. As she was about 1.5 feet in the air when she got to that ball. Blumel to serve for the Eagles. Rebels on the attack. They try Hannah Scott on the right wing. Nicely dug out by the back line of the Eagles. Sage Bradshaw's attack. Diving effort from Wilson to keep it alive. Rebels punch it over. Eagles set up an attack. It's Sage Bradshaw, left wing. That's going to hit the net. Rebels will pick up the point on the 4-hit violation against the Eagles. It is 6-3 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in the LSR refrigerated second set. Hannah Scott will serve over the net, dug out by Rose. They go middle of the floor with an attack. That's Briley Bradshaw, nicely dug out by the Rebels. Ellie Argyle will try her hand from the middle of the floor. That's going to go long out of bounds in the middle of the floor. She tried to hit that ball straight over the head of the back row. Just misses as it's Haley Eldridge to serve, and she unloads on that serve a little too much as that's going to go across the back line, and that was absolutely plastered by Eldridge.
Cheerleaders doing a good job of playing dodgeball for that one.
The ball goes long out of bounds in the middle of the floor as Nia Jolly steps to the line. Lets a serve go. Nicely dug out there by Blumel. As an attack from Bradshaw is going to go from the left wing to the middle of the hardwood, finds the floor. As Bradshaw threw a changeup there, and I think that caught the Rebels defense by surprise.
The Eagles have done that a couple times when you're expecting that gun to shoot off, and they take a little bit off of it.
It's Briley Bradshaw. Returned in one hit by Ellsworth. They set up an attack with Tucker. Nicely dug out by Wallentyne. They go to Peterson on the left wing. She finds the arm to Sage Bradshaw. Blocked at the net by Ellie Argyle. Emphatically, they go to Sage Bradshaw. This time, she finds the hardwood right in front of Wallentyne. As Bradshaw attacked from the left wing, found the middle of the floor. After a huge block from Ellie Argyle, it's brought to you by Epic Recreation. They go to Briley Bradshaw for the serve, dug out by Ellsworth. Peterson on the left wing will try and attack, tips it over, dug out for the moment, and the Eagles are going to do a good job just to get that over as that ball was across the antenna. They played it back. Rebels on the attack again. Peterson finds the hardwood. She attacks it from the left wing, finds the hardwood on the right wing side. Rebels pick up the point, 9-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
7 kills for Darlene. She matches Sage Bradshaw.
As Darlene Peterson gets the kill, she will serve. That serve goes into the net. The Eagles have doubled up the Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard, 10-5, as Sage Bradshaw will step to the service line. And you know, Rob, it's kind of a relief when she does because she's not in the front row, as Violet Taylor will attack on the left wing, tries to tip it. Eagles do a good job to get there. As Birch will play it over, Wallenstein with the Town of Woodruff dig. Argyle attacks from the middle of the floor. Long, out of bounds. Eagles pick up that point. But as I was saying, Rob, with Sage Bradshaw at the service line, there's a lot less attacks from the net from her. It's kind of a reprieve for your back line as Bradshaw's serve is dug out by Argyle. They go to Taylor on the left wing. She tips it over, finds the aforementioned Sage Bradshaw. Birch is going to attack on the left wing. Violet Taylor with the Town of Woodruff dig. Rebels set up the attack. It's Violet Taylor on the left wing. It's going to be off the arms of Kenzie Lynn, out of bounds. Rebels pick up the point. 11-6 as Taylor attacked from the left wing. Birch with a diving effort Lynn with a diving effort got her arms to it. She hit the ball off the back wall as Argyle will serve. Rose with a dig. They go to Birch on the left wing. That's going to go out of bounds as Birch tried an attack from the left wing. Tried to go across the entire floor to the right wing sideline. Instead, she found the Rich Rebel basketball logo. That is out of bounds. Argyle will step back to the line to serve. And that is not going to be able to return. Not quite an ace because two Eagles got their arms to it, but that serve was unreturnable by Ellie Argyle, and the Rebels pick up a point as they hit it into the net. Argyle serves again. That's going to go long, out of bounds, as the Eagles pick up the point on the service error. They lead 12-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And once again, back and forth here in the LSR Refrigerated second set as Rose's serve is dug out by Peterson. Dump set attempt from Casey Wilson, snuffed out by the Eagles. Rebels get the ball back. They're on the attack as Peterson from the left wing. That was Taylor from the left wing. Diving effort from Argyle to keep it alive. Rebels play it over. They live to fight another play. Eldridge will attack. That's off the net. Spins. Rolls out of bounds.
Right on the line.
Guess it was inbounds.
Landed right on the line.
What an effort there from the Rebels to keep that ball alive and to play for that as Rose served. Dug out by the Rebels. They go to Taylor. She'll tip it over. Diving effort to keep it alive from Birch as the Eagles play it into the ceiling and just play it over. Rebels set up the attack. They go to Scott, middle of the floor. She tips it. Diving effort from Rose to keep it alive as Caroline Bradshaw is going to attack from the right wing 10-foot line. She's going to hit it long, out of bounds. Rebels pick up the point. They trail 13-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Checking in the ball game is number 4, Nia Jolly. Casey Wilson steps to the line to serve. Her serve dug out by the Eagles. They go to Eldridge, middle of the floor, off the arms of Hannah Scott, and that's going to fall on the back line. Little miscommunication in the back line between Wilson and Argyle as both of them had a chance for it and both of them watched for a split second. As hesitation usually kills in sports, volleyball is no different as the Rebels receive the serve. Violet Taylor attack, blocked at the net by Eldridge. They go back to Taylor on the left wing. She tips it over. Caroline Bradshaw gets a hand to it. Eagles punch it over. Rebels set up the attack. Scott, middle of the floor, tries to find the hardwood. She cannot do it on the back line. That ball goes out of bounds across the back line. With that, we're going to get a T7 Propane timeout called by head coach Wendy Lamborn. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll be right back after this.
A healthy smile improves life in many ways. Fresher breath, increased confidence, and better overall health. Dr. Sean Grohl and his team at Comprehensive Family Dental have been supporting Rich Rebels for over 25 years. Call today and schedule your next appointment. Go Rebels!
Supporting the Rich Rebels in everything they do. J-Bar Auto and J-Bar Excavation in Randolph provide services to Rich Rebel fans every day. Auto repair, tires, sand, and gravel. J-Bar Auto and J-Bar Excavation on Main Street in Randolph. Stop in today.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the middle of the Bear Lake Community Health Center. Presentation of Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM, and the Rebels dig out the serve as Violet Taylor will attack. That's off the arms of Eldridge and will fall right in front of her. Give Violet Taylor another Bear Lake Realty kill.
She's up to 6.
That is her 6th, according to superstar statistician Rob Leifson, as the serve is over the net. Eagles set up an attack. Nicely dug out there by Wilson, as that's Eldridge's reach paying off as she reaches over, tips that ball away from Nia Jolly. Not much she could do there, as that ball was going to land in her arms, then Eldridge knocked it away.
You saw Darlene Peterson do one of those last night.
As it'll be Haley Blumel to serve, dug out by Peterson. Wilson, we're going to bump it back to the middle of the floor. That's off of Nia Jolly into the net. 17-10. The Eagles now lead on the Station on Main scoreboard as Blumel serves once again. Diving up from Argyle to keep it alive. Wilson keeps it out of the net for the second, but that ball is going to fall. Rebels are unable to return that serve as Nia Jolly tried to play it off of the net and over. Unable to do so. Eagles 18-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Diving effort from Taylor to keep that alive. Ellie Argyle's going to have to play it from the back line over. She does. Rose sets up the offense with a dig as Bradshaw gets an attack from the left wing. Nicely dug out by Violet Taylor. Go to Peterson on the left wing. Blocked at the front of the net. Diving effort from Taylor to keep it alive. Nia Jolly will bump it over. Eagles set up the attack. They go to Eldridge, middle of the floor, and she's going to find the back left wing corner as Eldridge unleashes the ball in between the two backline defenders and Taylor and Argyle. Not much they could do there. As Blumel will step back to the line. She attacks. That's over the net. Diving effort from Argyle. Casey Wilson just plays it over. Eagles on the attack. Peterson tries to reach over and take that away. Nicely done there by the Eagles to get it over. Peterson on the attack from the left wing. Diving effort from Rose keeps that ball alive. Punched over off the arms of Hannah Scott and out of bounds. As Scott tried to defend the tip, it hit her arm, went out of bounds on the left wing side. And we have a 20-10 lead for the Eagles on the Station on Main scoreboard. Blumel to serve again. Argyle digs it out. They go left wing. Peterson, she attacks. That's in as she finds the right wing side of the floor. That ball lands on the 10-foot line. She finds the right wing stripe. 20-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard. That's another bare leg realty kill for Darlene Peterson as Hannah Scott approaches the service line, plays it over. They set up an attack. It's Tucker. Nicely dug out there by Wilson. They go to Peterson on the left wing. Her attack blocked. That's going to go out of bounds as the Rebels pick up that point.
Yeah, I'm not sure that one actually was going to make it over. But they give her the kill.
As that hits the tape as Hannah Scott serves, dug out by Rose. They go to Bradshaw on the left wing. She unloads. Nicely dug out by Peterson. Hannah Scott's there to play it. Peterson bumps it over as it's punched over quickly by Caroline Bradshaw. She finds the back right wing corner. Not much Violet Taylor could do there as the Rebels were trying to readjust to play defense. A quick attack there from the Eagles gives them a 21-12 lead on the Station on Main scoreboard as Eldridge will serve. Peterson attacks it from the left wing, dug out by Sage Bradshaw. They go back to her on the left wing. Her attack into the net. That's going to fall on the side of the Eagles. 21-13 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in the LSR refrigerated second set. Speaking of the entire Wallentine family, they wish the Rebels good luck in all their endeavors. Janie Wallentine checks back into the game for Hannah Scott. Nia Jolly serves. Dug out in the back row by Rose. Tucker's going to bump it over as two Rebels nearly run into each other. Violet Taylor, diving effort, keeps it alive. Ellie Argyle plays it over. Eagles set up the attack. Bradshaw, left wing, blocked by Ellie Argyle to the floor. Rebels pick up the point. That's an epic recreation block for Ellie Argyle here on senior night. 21-14. Rebels trail by 7 on the Station on Main scoreboard as they look to pick up a little momentum here at the end of the second set. Nia Jolly will approach the service line. Dug out by Rose. Caroline Bradshaw does a good job to get to it. Pushed over by the Eagles. Rebels set up the attack. Peterson on the left wing. Lets it go. Off the arms of Blumel. Tipped over by the front line. Wilson's going to just punch it over for the Rebels. As that ball was played backwards by Tucker. And she played it backwards with so much force that it went to the back wall. Eagles are unable to return it. 21-15. Rebels still trail on the Station on Main scoreboard. As Jolly, she'll serve. Nicely dug out there by Blumel. They go to Bradshaw. Dug out by Wallentine, brought to you by Town of Woodruff. Peterson attacks from the left wing, tips it over. Dug out by the Eagles in the front row. They go to Bradshaw on the left wing. Off the arms of Nia Jolly, and that ball goes out of bounds on the right wing side. 22-15, Eagles lead on the Station on Main scoreboard with Briley Bradshaw stepping to the service line. As Bradshaw approaches, she lets it go. Dug out in the back left back row by the Rebels as Argyle's going to punch it over. Quickly tipped over by Caroline Bradshaw. Rebels are going to just play it over safely as the Eagles set up an attack. It's Sage Bradshaw on the left wing, deflected by Casey Wilson. She plays it back to the middle of the floor where the Rebels are able to get it back to the Eagles side. Eagles will set up an attack as Caroline Bradshaw tries a quick dump set. They go to Peterson. Peterson will tip it over to the left hand, dug out by Briley Bradshaw. Eagles on the attack as Sage Bradshaw dives. The ball's into the net, kept alive. Nice effort there from the Rebels to play it over as Ava Ellsworth dives, gets back up, and is able to play it over. Sage Bradshaw tips it. Rebels dig that out. They set up the attack. Peterson on the left wing. That is off the front line to the floor. Darlene Peterson gets another Bear Lake Realty kill. What an effort defensively by the Rebels to keep that rally alive. As Ava Ellsworth dove to keep the ball in play, hits the net.
I think they're saying that one came back down.
That definitely did not come back down on the Rebels side, as Darlene Peterson is going to mob rush the ref. He gets a hand. I think we're going to talk to the official on this side, and they're going to correct the call, because that ball hit, I believe it was Eldridge, in the legs and then rolled under the net. And they do correct the call. That is the correct call.
It'd be nice to have instant replay in volleyball too, right?
It would be very nice. We have a camera, but we just don't have the instant replay ability. As it's 22-16 on the station on main scoreboard as Peterson lets it go. Dug out by Rose. They set up Sage Bradshaw on the left wing. That's a nice dig by Wallentyne. She almost hit it back into that gap in the ceiling as the Rebels play it over. Bradshaw will attack again. This time she tips it over. Wallentyne can't quite get to it. As once again, Sage Bradshaw, she has the fastball and then the changeup. That was a changeup there from the left wing. Finds the middle of the floor. 23-16 on the station on main scoreboard. As Sage Bradshaw approaches the line, Ellie Argyle gets the dig. They go to Violet Taylor on the left wing. Her attack off the arms of Lynn. Good effort there from Caroline Bradshaw to keep it alive. And the Eagles are able to play it over. Good defense there from the Eagles. Rebels on the attack. Set up Taylor off the arms of Bradshaw back over to the Rebels side. They set up Argyle on the right wing. She'll attack off the arms of Lynn. Nice effort there from Bradshaw to keep it alive. That's Caroline Bradshaw. Played over by the Eagles. They go to Violet Taylor on the left wing. She punches the ball with her left hand. Diving effort keeps it alive by the Eagles. They go back to Violet Taylor on the left wing. Off the front arms. Diving effort. They cannot get to it. What a rally that was as Violet Taylor ends it with the Bear Lake Realty kill from the left wing. As that hit the front line and fell in front of Sage Bradshaw. As Ellie Argyle steps to the line. Her serve dug out by Rose. And that's going to fall, or go under the net, as a couple of Eagles tried to keep that alive. Argyle serves up a ball that is unreturnable. She'll get another serve. 23-18 on the station on main scoreboard. That's dug out by the Eagles. They set up an attack in the middle of the floor. It's Caroline Bradshaw, dug out by Argyle. Rebels on the attack. Violet Taylor from the left wing tries an attempt. Sage Bradshaw is there to dig it out. They go to Tucker, middle of the floor, and that's going to be out of bounds long as Tucker just missed the back line, I'd say by no more than 4 inches.
That was close.
23-19 on the station on main scoreboard. Rebels have the ball. They will serve. Argyle, her serve, dug on the back row by Rose. They go middle of the floor into the net as Birch tried to spike from the 10-foot line. That hits the net. Don't look now. 23-20 on the station on main scoreboard. And that has Brescia, head coach of the Lyman Eagles, Brescia Hansen, up off of her chair to call a timeout. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're going to go to the Gare Bear fan cam. The Gare Bear fan cam is brought to you by broker Gary McKee in Garden City. As if you're watching the stream, we have a Gare Bear fan cam as we are focused the camera on him for a couple of seconds. This fan cam is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty and broker Gary McKee in Garden City, your home and real estate investment experts. Beachfront property, a mountain retreat, year-round living, or investment properties. Whatever you're looking for, the real estate experts at Bear Lake Realty can help you find it. Visit bearlakerealty.com today as we are back to the live cam here in the LSR Refrigerated second set. The Eagles lead 23-20 on the station on main scoreboard. They also lead 1-0 in sets as Ellie Argyle steps to the line to serve for the Rebels. Her serve over the net, dug out by Sage Bradshaw. They go near side to Caroline Bradshaw where she's going to have to bump it over. Diving effort from Ellie Argyle to keep it alive. Rebels will play it over. Eagles look to set up the attack. They go far side to Birch on the left wing. Nicely dug out by Peterson. Rebels are just going to play it over. Eagles set up an attack again. This time it's Tucker from the middle of the floor. She finds Argyle back over in one serve. Tucker again, diving effort from Argyle, but is unable to keep it in bounds. As Ellie Argyle, with a heck of an effort there, got her arm to it, went out of bounds on the right wing sideline. As the Eagles now have set point in their arms, 24-20 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Argyle, nice dig there. As they go to Peterson, she'll attack from behind the 10-foot line into the net. And the Eagles win that set 25-20. As that is the end of the LSR Refrigerated second set. You listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll be right back after this.
When you drive on the best tires that are rotated, balanced, and inflated properly, you can save money two ways. The best tires can reduce wear and tear on your vehicle. That saves you money in the long run. The best tires can also improve your overall miles per gallon. That helps you save every time to fill up at the pump. At Freeway Tire in Evanston, we offer the best tires with the best service for every vehicle. Make sure you're running on the best tires you can. Visit Freeway Tire today, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Welcome back to Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're about to head into the Rich County Government third set, but the Eagles with a 2-0 lead. And Rob, you got some stats for us?
Rebels with 10 kills in that set to the Lyman Eagles 11. No aces yet for the Rebels, so we've got to see a couple of those in this third set. The Eagles pick up one more ace. 9 unforced errors for the Rebels to 9 for the Eagles. 3 service errors for the Rebels, 1 for the Eagles. The other thing that stands out is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Eagles with kills in that set. Only 2 different Rebels with kills in the set. The depth of Lyman to have that many different players to be able to take the attack. I think Officer Jared Johnson, though, needs to come and arrest somebody because this match is super speed. Yeah, you talk about how between maybe JV and a varsity basketball game, the game speeds up into high school or college and speeds up into the pros. This is high-speed volleyball, and I think I'm going to have a blood pressure check after this one.
And it's been very fast-paced. I mean, it's been tough keeping up for me, and we're going to make a little bit of an announcement for the game as it appears that Paige Rose and Haley Blumel they switched roles as Blumel looks like she will serve as a libero for this last set. It's something that the Eagles do a little bit where they switch the liberos back and forth. I think with a 2-0 lead, I think they're going to try to just get they're going to try to get Rose some time at the front of the net, see if she can attack it a little bit more. As now with being now that she's not the libero, she can actually go play the front row. But she's not out on the floor. So that's interesting. Blumel checks in for Tucker as Darlene Peterson will serve for the Rebels. As we await the final instructions from the ground official, she looks like she's ready, gives the all good sign to the tower official, and we are underway in the Rich County Government third set as that's dug out by Sage Bradshaw. They go to the middle of the floor for Eldridge, and that is blocked out of bounds by the Rebels. That hit the arms of the front line player and goes out of bounds on the right wing side. Eagles with a 1-0 lead. As it will be the aforementioned Rose to serve. Once again, she's wearing a white jersey now. She's not the libero anymore. As Argyle will attack from the middle of the floor, finds Rose. They go to Sage Bradshaw on the left wing. Wallenstein does a good job to get to it as Argyle tried to tip it over. Tried a fast tip there. She swings and misses. That ball hits the net, and now the Rebels are down 2-0 here in the Rich County Government third set. Argyle gets that dig. They go to Violet Taylor on the left wing. Taylor attacks. Diving effort from Rose to keep it alive. Bradshaw will attack on the left wing. She finds Violet Taylor with a Town of Woodruff dig. They go back to Argyle, middle of the floor. That's going to be tipped by Eldridge. Eagles just play it over. Rebels on the attack. They attempt it with Argyle, and Argyle tips it over that front line to the floor. And I do believe that is Ellie Argyle's first Bear Lake Realty kill.
You are correct, and she gets the service.
As we talked about during the commercial, Eldridge being 6'2" really hampers your ability to attack from the middle of the floor as the Eagles set up an attack. Blocked by Violet Taylor. They're going to call into the net against the Eagles as the Rebels now tie it 2-2. As Violet Taylor picks up an epic recreation block right there. Argyle serves again. Dug out by Bradshaw in the middle of the floor. They go back to her. She tries a left-handed tip. That looks like it hit the side of her hand and goes out of bounds on the left wing. Apparently, Rob, she is human and will make mistakes eventually. It's just after 12 kills until she makes the first one. As they go to the middle of the floor for Eldridge, she attacks. That's going to go long, out of bounds.
I do believe this is the biggest lead for the Rebels.
It is 4-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard as the Rebels lead. That's going to cut the lead to 1 as Argyle's service goes out of bounds long across the back line by about a foot. 4-3 on the Station on Main scoreboard as the libero Haley Blumel will step to the line. Approaches with a jump serve, tickles the tape, diving effort for Peterson to keep it alive. Wilson tips it over as the Eagles set up for Bradshaw on the left wing side. Out of bounds as she just misses. That was about 6 inches off the right wing line as she attacked from the left wing net position. As Casey Wilson will serve for the Rebels. As Nia Jolly checked in for Ava Ellsworth. Eagles set up the attack, middle of the floor. It's Tucker that touches the top of the net. Peterson with the dig. They go to Taylor from the left wing. Her attack dug out by the Eagles. They go to Bradshaw. Bradshaw will attack out of bounds long. As that ball landed on the little line where the flag judge is supposed to stand. As don't look now, it is 6-3 on the Station on Main scoreboard as I update it. Dump set from Caroline Bradshaw. She is very good at that as that froze the entire Rebels defense. She dump set it from the middle of the floor, right in between all 6 defenders in the middle of the floor, the 10-foot line. As the Eagles approach on the serve, dug out by Argyle. Wilson will play it to Darlene Peterson, who attacks it from the back line. Played over nicely by Peterson. Here come the Eagles on the attack. Tucker off the front line, out of bounds. Looked like Violet Taylor got her hands to it. Hit her hands and went over the out of bounds line on the left wing side. 6-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Briley Bradshaw serves again. Nicely dug out there by Peterson. Tana Woodruff dig, that is. Hannah Scott will tip it over. Dug out by Caroline Bradshaw. They go to Tucker in the middle of the floor again. This time she finds Wilson. Rebels on the attack. Hannah Scott, middle of the floor, 10-foot line. Dug out in the back left corner. As they go to Bradshaw on the left wing. That ball still hasn't hit the floor yet because it bounces off of Peterson's arms out of bounds into the bleachers as it rolls around. That ball was absolutely tattooed. 6-6 as Bradshaw gets another kill, this time from the left wing at the net. As the Eagles are on a 3-0 run here as Briley Bradshaw steps to the line to serve. Peterson, the town of Woodruff dig as Taylor. Wonderful attack there from Violet Taylor. She attacks from the left wing, tips it over the line, and just plays it right to the middle of the floor on the 10-foot line. Nice precision touch there from Violet Taylor. Rebels retake a 7-6 lead. She picks up the kill, will step to the service line. As the Eagles dig it out, they go to Bradshaw. That's off a couple of Rebels defenders. And that is actually going to stay in bounds as it hit the back line as Bradshaw attacks from the left wing, down the left wing, and she finds the hardwood. As Bradshaw picked up the kill, now she'll serve. As Violet Taylor digs that out, Rebels go to Peterson at the left wing, and they're going to call 2 hits against Casey Wilson. I think she went left hand, right hand there on the set attempt. As Sage Bradshaw will serve for the Eagles. That ball goes over the net as Argyle digs it out. They set up Peterson on the left wing. Peterson attacks. Beautifully done there from Darlene Peterson. She finds the back right corner from the left wing at the net. Darlene Peterson is hitting the ball very well today for the Rebels as Hannah Scott serves. Dug out by the Eagles. They go to the far side for Birch. She attacks from the left wing. Nicely dug out by the Rebels. Argyle will tip it over to Blumel. Eagles on the attack. Caroline Bradshaw tries an attack from the 10-foot line. Tipped at the line by the Rebels. Rebels get it. They're going to go to Peterson. Peterson tried to tip it. A diving effort from Violet Taylor as that ball comes towards the camera. As Caroline Bradshaw just tried to deposit that ball in that back corner. Bradshaw's done that a few times where she'll quickly on the first hit try to find open space where the defense isn't. That time Taylor gets her arms to it, but it goes out of bounds. As the serve goes over the net, Peterson tips it over. Eagles on the attack. It's Eldridge. Nicely dug out there by Wilson. They try to set up Peterson, and that's going to be tipped over the net, off the arms of Argyle, under the net. As an errant pass set up Eldridge, and Eldridge just tips it over for another kill for the Eagles. It's Tucker back to the line to serve. Hannah Scott digs it out. They go to Peterson on the left wing. Blocked by Haley Eldridge. Once again, she is 6'2", and does a very good job at the front of the net. As she caused havoc the last time these two teams played, continues to cause it right now as we're on a 3-0 run here for the Eagles. Tucker at the line. And that's going to end the 3-0 run as Janie Walentine will check in for Hannah Scott. 11-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in the Rich County Government third set. Nia Jolly will serve. She approaches, lets it go. Nicely dug out there by Sage Bradshaw. They go to Eldridge on the left wing, and Eldridge unloads on that ball from the 10-foot line. Finds the hardwood in the back row on the right wing side between Walentine and Taylor. Not really much you can do there, because when Eldridge gets a hold of one, Bradshaw hits it hard, but you can argue that maybe Eldridge hits it even harder as that serve is dug out by Ellsworth. As Eldridge blocks another one at the net. Rebels play it over. They set up Birch. Blocked by Ellie Argyle to the floor. Epic recreation block for Ellie Argyle as she returns the favor to the Eagles after they've blocked a couple of her attempts. That one falls on the Eagles' side. Middle of the floor attack erased by Argyle. Peterson will serve for the Rebels, dug out by the Eagles. They go near side, and Argyle's going to reach over, tip that ball over. They do a nice job just to get to it. That's going to hit the net and fall. Ellie Argyle deked like the ball was going to go over the net to spike it, and I think that caught the front line of the Eagles off guard. Rebels pick up that point due to a crafty senior move by the veteran Argyle as Peterson tips it over. As that ball is played by Walentine, they set up Taylor. Taylor's going to crush that ball off the front line for a kill. As I think the players were trying to let Walentine know that ball was going to go out of bounds, but let's earn the point, says Janie Walentine. The Rebels do. Violet Taylor with a Bear Lake Realty kill sends Darlene Peterson back to the line. As they set up Eldridge, Eldridge unloads on that ball. She really gets downhill.
Would have been the first ace for the Rebels for the match, but we get the point anyway.
Haley Eldridge, when she attacks, she really gets downhill. She uses her size and puts it at an angle that's really hard to defend as the Rebels. Violet Taylor, she's hard to defend too as she attacks from the left wing, finds the corner down the left wing sideline. 13-13 here on the Station on Main scoreboard in the Rich County Government third set. Rebels are fighting back. They got some work to do. They trail 2-0. As Ellie Argyle steps back to the service line. She approaches. That ball tickles the tape, but it's dug out by Sage Bradshaw. Will get an attack attempt. I don't think Bradshaw quite got her body back underneath her as she sends that ball out of bounds long by about 5 feet. As Bradshaw had to dive, she didn't get back up in time to be able to collect herself. As Argyle serves with the Rebels leading 14-13, and that serve is going to erase the Rebels' lead as that goes out of bounds long. 14-14 tie on the Station on Main scoreboard here in the Rich County Government third set. As Blumel will serve for the Eagles. Rebels dig that out. They go to Taylor on the left wing. She finds the hardwood. Violet Taylor with an awesome attack right there in between the back row of Sage Bradshaw and Haley Blumel. Left wing attack finds the right wing corner. 15-14 Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard as Casey Wilson steps to the service line. That's into the net. And service errors kill when you're playing a really good team here like the Lyman Eagles. Once again, I want to remind you that the Eagles are defending state champs in Wyoming. So it's not like the Rebels are playing slouches. Diving effort from Argyle to keep that ball alive. Blocked at the front of the net by Nia Jolly, and it falls to the floor. Rebels retake a 1-point lead as Jolly picks up an epic recreation block.
She had a couple of those last night against the Braves.
The Rebels' front line has progressively gotten much better throughout the year, and they've been dominant in a couple of these last few games. As the Eagles set up, Bradshaw blocked again at the front line. I think Jolly got that one too. Bradshaw tries this time off the arms of Wilson. That's going to go over the back line out of bounds. As Sage Bradshaw attacks from the left wing, down the left wing sideline, hits Wilson's hands, goes out of bounds. Bradshaw picks up the kill, and now she'll serve for the Eagles. She lets it go. Peterson, the town of Woodruff dig. They're going to go right back to her. She attacks from the left wing, tips it over with a little finesse. Nicely done there from Birch to keep it alive. Eagles are just going to play it over. Rebels look to set up the attack again. They go to Scott, middle of the floor. That's nicely dug by Bradshaw. Birch will play it over on the attack from the left wing side. Rebels dig that out. They go to Peterson. She's going to tip it over with the left wing as Caroline Bradshaw tries that quick dump set. Nicely done for Violet Taylor to keep it alive. Peterson attacks again. That's going to go long out of bounds on the right wing side as the Eagles take a 17-16 lead over the Rebels here in the Rich County Government third set. As once again, another rally back and forth between the two sides as Bradshaw's serve is dug out by Argyle. They set up Peterson on the left wing. Peterson unloads. That time it's dug out nicely there by Lynn. Eagles on the attack. It's Birch off the arms of Argyle. They go to Peterson on the left wing. Peterson finds the hardwood as Darlene Peterson attacks from the left wing. That ball does not get to the 10-foot line on the right wing side as she attacks that ball down the net. We are tied 17-17 in the Rich County Government third set. Hannah Scott serves over the net, dug out by Blumel. They go to Tucker in the middle of the floor. Nicely tipped there by Argyle. That allows Wilson to get underneath it. Peterson pushes it over for the Rebels. Birch will try and attack. Nicely done there from Hannah Scott to keep it alive. Caroline Bradshaw attack there, 999 crime, as Wilson digs it out. Argyle tries an attack from the middle of the floor. Nicely dug out there by the Eagles. Jolly tries an attack, blocked by Birch. Argyle over the net. Birch is unable to return it. Rebels retake the lead, 1 point lead here in set 3 for the Rebels, 18-17 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Hannah Scott steps to the service line. Plays it over to Blumel. Eagles on the attack. They go to Birch on the left wing. That's deflected by the front line. Gives Violet Taylor enough time to get to it as Peterson will just push it over as the Eagles set up the attack. They go right wing for Caroline Bradshaw. It's going to be blocked out of bounds by Peterson. Did a good job to get her arms to it, but that ball lands on the Eagles side out of bounds on the left wing sideline. We're going to get timeout. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Every person added together makes a community great. Rich County, Utah is filled with individuals that are kind, hardworking, and filled with integrity. We're proud of our children and understand that they have the capacity to make the world a better place. Showing support for every student at Rich High School fosters a healthy community. The Rich County Commissioners, clerk, and citizens of our community say good luck to the Rich Rebels today and every day. Go Rebels!
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. Doing the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We got ourselves a race to 7 as we're tied 18-18 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Eagles have the serve. It'll be Tucker to step to the line. Rebels got a lot of work to do as they trail 2-0 here in the Rich County Government third set. As Tucker steps to the line. She lets the serve go. That's dug out by Violet Taylor. Rebels on the attack. Peterson on the left wing into the net. As an unforced error right there gives the Eagles the lead. They lead 19-18 on the Station on Main scoreboard in the Rich County Government third set. Tucker steps back to the line as she lets it go. Nicely dug out by Scott. Wilson's going to have to tip it over. Does a good job there. That ball handcuffs Caroline Bradshaw. Eagles do a good job getting it over the net. Argyle attacks in the middle of the floor. Nicely dug by Sage Bradshaw. Caroline Bradshaw tips it over. Rebels on the attack. They go to Peterson, left wing. She pushes it over. Tucker with a jumping effort to keep that alive as the Eagles play it over. Dug out by Wilson. Argyle will attack from the 10-foot line. Sage Bradshaw with a nice dig to her right. As they set up Birch, blocked at the front of the net. I think Argyle got to that one as that's off the arms of Taylor. Diving up from Peterson to keep it alive, but they are unable to do so. Eagles take a 2-point lead as Argyle picks up another Epic Recreation block. 20-10. The Eagles lead on the Station on Main scoreboard in the Rich County Government third set as Tucker will serve. Hannah Scott gets the dig. They go to the right wing for Jolly. That hits the antenna out of bounds. Nia Jolly did a good job trying to get that back into play as that pass is a little errant. Tucker will serve again. Ball's played over the net. Hannah Scott gets the dig. They go to Argyle on the left wing side. That's off the front of the net. That's a little bit of an interesting play there as Argyle tips it over, unable to return the Eagles. Argyle was on the left wing. They moved Peterson to the middle of the floor. I think they're trying to disguise where she is a little bit to surprise the Eagles defense as Jolly will serve. Dug out by the Eagles in the back row. They go to Eldridge. Eldridge on the left wing, pushed over, dug out by Jolly. They go to Peterson on the left wing. Peterson off the arms of Blumel into the student section. That's going to go out of bounds. As the Lyman side wants a call against the student section, as Birch might have been able to play it, but that ball was into the crowd. I don't know if it's baseball rules in volleyball where if the crowd touches it when it's in the crowd, it's all set. Apparently it is, because the Rebels now trail 20-21 on the station on main scoreboard. Blumel digs it out. They go to Birch in the middle of the floor where Jolly's there to dig it out. They go to Peterson on the left wing. Peterson off the arms of the front line, dug out nicely in the middle of the back row by Sage Bradshaw. Eldridge tip attempt. That's going to find the hardwood from the middle of the floor. 22-20. As we get a substitution from the Rebels, Nia Jolly will sub out. Ava Ellsworth will check in. As Caroline Bradshaw will serve. As that's off the arms of Ellsworth. That's going to hit the net. Casey Wilson does the best she could to get it over to no avail. 23-20 on the station on main scoreboard. As that serve. Nice diving effort from Ellsworth to keep that alive. They go to Eldridge, middle of the floor. Off the arms of Wallentyne, into the air, kept alive. Wallentyne's going to play it over. Nice defense there from the Rebels. Eagles set up the attack. They go near side, blocked by Darlene Peterson. As a dump set there from Caroline Bradshaw is going to hit the net, go under the net as Ellie Argyle tried to dig it out. 24-20 on the station on main scoreboard. As that serve is dug out by the Rebels. Set point for the Eagles, match point for the Eagles, tipped over by Peterson. Nicely played back by the Eagles. Rebels set up the attack. They go to Peterson on the left wing, off the arms of Eldridge. That's going to come back over the net, out of bounds, 24-21. The Eagles want to win this one. They're going to have to do it on the return as Darlene Peterson will step to the line. Her serve over the net, nicely dug out by Blumel as Bradshaw sets up Birch on the right wing. As that's dug out by Ellsworth. They go to Violet Taylor on the left wing. She tips it over with two hands. Dug out in the back row in the middle by Bradshaw. As that attack from Birch is going to go out of bounds long. As she attacked from the left wing, tried to find the right wing back corner, hit it just a little too long. 24-22 on the station on main scoreboard as Peterson steps to the line. Diving effort there. It's going to be an ace for Darlene Peterson. And there's not a better time to pick up your first ace of the ball game. We're going to get a T7 propane timeout. The Rebels now trail 24-23 on the station on main scoreboard here in the Rich County Government third set. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're going to stay here for this one as it's been an incredible match back and forth. Rebels down 2-0, but they played very, very well today.
The caliber of volleyball you're watching right here is just 10 times more than what we've seen during the regular season in our region. No offense to our region opponents, but people may be asking why would Coach Lamborn schedule a team like Lyman before the state tournament? Because if you're going to get this quality of a team to prep you for state, wise decision.
Yeah, I talked to head coach Breacha Hansen as well, and that's the same reason why the Eagles would take Rich. As this has been a back and forth affair. 24-23, the Eagles lead on the station on main scoreboard here in the Rich County Government third set. As Peterson, her serve, dug out by Sage Bradshaw in the back row in the middle. They go to Eldridge, that's blocked into the net, off the Rebels. That ball falls to the floor, and the Eagles are going to pick up a 3-0 victory over the Rebels. As you listen, that was a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're going to go to the fan cam right now. As this Gare Bear fan cam is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Bear Lake Realty in Barry, broker Gary McKee in Garden City. Your home and real estate investment experts, beachfront property, a mountain retreat, year-round living, or investment properties. Whatever you're looking for, your real estate experts at Bear Lake Realty can help you find it. Visit bearlakerealty.com. We'll be right back with the Mountain Valley Cattle Company postgame show after this.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Whatever brings you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including clean, comfortable rooms, a business office, workout room, and a full-service restaurant, plus a complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. You'll feel the difference.
Welcome to the Mountain Valley Cattle Company postgame show. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, supporting Rich Rebels and all of their endeavors. Stay tuned for the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital postgame highlights. The final score in today's game is the Rebels drop this one in straight sets to the Lyman Eagles. They lose by set scores of 25-20, 25-20, and then 25-23 in the third set. You're listening to Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mountain Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. You'll feel the difference.
Welcome back to the Mountain Valley Cattle Company postgame show, where we are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. Let's take some postgame highlights brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, the most caring hospital on earth. And we're going to turn that over to Rob Leifson, as this was an incredible matchup. It's a 3-0 set win for the Eagles there, but the Rebels did not go down without a fight, as the Eagles didn't win any of these sets by more than 5.
That third set was probably the closest. 11 kills for the Rebels, 13 for the Eagles, 1 ace for the Rebels, 0 for the Eagles, 8 unforced errors for the Rebels to 7 and 3 service errors. And probably one of the things that caught my attention was the Eagles had 5 service errors in the first set. They only pick up 2 the rest of the match. And overall in the match, Rebels with 30 kills to the Eagles 38. Darlene Peterson for senior night ends up with 15. Violet Taylor with 11. For the Eagles, Haley Eldridge, 15 kills, including the game winner, and Sage Bradshaw with 12. Interesting, the other thing I thought was Caroline Bradshaw for the Eagles, a jump set. You didn't see that all the time, but that was an interesting approach from her. I thought that was interesting. Only 1 ace for the Rebels in the whole match, 2 for the Eagles, which tells you the quality of play for the serve-receive on both teams. 23 unforced errors for the Rebels, 22 for the Eagles. Couldn't get more evenly matched than that. And 7 service errors for both teams. That, to me, was just a work of art. That is quality volleyball at its best right there.
Yeah, I would say that was probably the most competitive game that we've seen all year. And these two teams are just very good at volleyball. The Rebels are probably playing their best that they've played. I mean, outside of last night, I think they'd want last night back, but they're playing really good volleyball at the moment. And this is, once again, that's a very good Lyman team.
The intensity of those rallies, usually and I'm sure Lyman is the same way, you're going to get a set and a kill, points over. No, the quality of these two teams, you're going to rally back and forth for 4 or 5 attempted kills before you finally get the point.
Yeah, this is definitely a competitive matchup, and those are your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital highlights. Coming up next, the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision play of the game here on the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show. Today's final score on the Station on Main scoreboard is the Eagles 3 sets, the Rebels none. Eagles winning those sets 25-20, 25-20, and 25-23. Listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels Volleyball on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
So this is the Reserve at Bear Lake, most beautiful place in the world. Come here and find out how you can buy your own Airbnb property and help pay for itself, or just come here and enjoy a second home. And sports courts, pools, hot tubs, access to 200 miles of mountain trails. Brand new homes now starting at $600,000. Quarter shares starting at $250,000. Would like to invite you to be part of that. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Welcome back to the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, supporting Rich Rebels in all their endeavors. We are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. It is time for the Precision Play of the Game, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham, Precision Family Dentistry at affordable prices. Call for an appointment today, 307-789-8910. And Rob, we talked about it. I think we're going to have to give it to Darlene Peterson and that ace right there to bring us within 1 point, as that's the only ace the Rebels had. But with precision, she played that ball over the front line and in front of the back line, as that is our precision play of the game. Now moving along to the player of the game, and I think it's got to be the same player, correct?
I would agree.
Darlene Peterson, you want to read off her stats one more time?
15 kills and 1 ace, and who knows how many blocks. The intensity of a volleyball match like this, there's no way to keep track of all that at the same time.
Absolutely not. So glad I didn't have to keep track of stats today. Thank you, Rob, for doing that, because if they would have been playing at this speed last night, I would have been really behind. And congratulations, Darlene Peterson. You're our player of the game. Coming up next, one last final freaky fast recap brought to you by Jimmy John's in Evanston. You listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebel Sports on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Station on Main scoreboard at the end of today's match was the Eagles 3, Rebels 0. The Station on Main, how convenient.
At Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals, and every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners, and we believe that a quality education makes a difference. Student involvement equals student success. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Whatever brings you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including clean, comfortable rooms, a business office, workout room, and a full-service restaurant, plus a complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
We're broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth here at Rich High School. We're going to give you one last calendar update. Rob, there's not much to update, is there?
No, not much. This is the last home volleyball game as your seniors, Ellie Argyle and Darlene Peterson, take the floor for the last time. You do have region cross-country meet hosted by Manila on Tuesday, and the Rebels have their final regular season football game home against Pinedale on Friday with a 4 o'clock kickoff. And we'll wait and let the Lady Rebels have a little bit of rest before the state volleyball tournament.
Yeah, 2 weeks from today, I think, is when the state volleyball tournament will end, as it's going to be at Richfield. I get to go down to that awesome facility again. We'll see when the Rebels play next. That was quite a serve there from, looks like a middle schooler there. That was a nice serve.
That's Hannah Scott's little sister.
Ah, that makes sense. So back to the Rich Rebels. They have one more football game at Pinedale, and then the following week the 8-man tournament will start. Once again, we don't quite know who they're going to play yet, but I got a feeling they're going to be ranked anywhere from 2 to 3 because it's going to be your 8-man RPI record. So with the 8-man record, they should finish in second. The only thing that's going to change that is if Monticello has absolutely dominated an 8-man. But if you beat a team on the road at their place, you should probably be ranked ahead of them. I feel like that's just general sports. If you beat a team, you're better than that team.
Now you see that flip-flop in a lot of the college and professional ranks, but I agree with you. It's probably going to determine who hosts, but some of those semifinal games do get to a neutral site.
Yeah, so we're going to go to one quick freaky fast recap as the Rebels finish their regular season with the record of, I think, 18-7 after we got to calculate that correctly. But they finish it with 18 wins, and you'd like to think that with the state tournament, they're probably going to get to 20 wins this year, and that's a very impressive season, especially with the schedule they play. But we're going to go to a freaky fast recap as the Rebels drop this 3-0 as they lose those sets 25-20, 25-21, or excuse me, 25-20, 25-20, and 25-23 in the third set. And one last stat recap before we go, Rob.
I'd say 15 kills from Darlene is pretty impressive. I don't know what her average is per set, but she's got to be in the top in 1A for sure.
Yeah, last time I checked, she was at 4.2 per, and 15 divided by 3, that's quick math, that's 5. So that average is only going to go up for Darlene Peterson, and she had an incredible night. I mean, a lot of the Rebels had really good nights, despite You know, they lost in 3 sets, but once again, that's a Lyman team that's going to challenge for the state title once again. They are very good. And it's hard to hang your hat on a loss like that, but that was our Freaky Fast recap brought to you by Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fast and fresh meat to make your fresh and delicious gourmet sandwiches every day. Get some Freaky Fast fresh food today. I did. It was great. Jimmy John's, 113 Front Street, Evanston. And once again, before we log off for the final time in the regular season for Rebels Volleyball, I want to thank all the sponsors that make this possible. This is a lot of fun. This has been a very fun season. This Rich Rebel Volleyball team, getting to cover them has been a treat. Just the players, how good they are, and just their personalities too. We talk ad nauseum about how sometimes it looks like Nia Jolly is about to stomp on someone's foot when she jumps into the pile, or Darlene Peterson about knocks out a teammate. But we want to thank our sponsors for making all of this possible, because without them, wouldn't be able to do it. So once again, thank you to the sponsors. But until next time, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.